Hello everyone and welcome to week 2 of J-Jo the Electro's videos, and this week I'm going to be telling you a story because I need to practice my French accent, and I'm going to tell it to you in a French accent because I'm doing a French accent in a drama and it's going to be fun, so get ready for this. You would not believe the day I had yesterday. It was positively rotten. To start off, I woke up, which is, I usually do that every day. This is the first thing I do is the morning. I wake up, get it over with. But I woke up and realized that my bed was wet. I had somehow peed in the night. I do not know how. Perhaps it had something to do with the half a gallon of orange juice that I drank before going to bed. I don't know. You tell me. So I got up and the bed was wet, so I took a shower because I had to go to my French cooking class, and I did not want to stink when I went there. And when I got to the French cooking class, I farted right in front of this really pretty girl, and she looked at me like I had just about killed someone, which I pretty much had because it was a pretty bad fart and people were coughing and choking but the thing was that my caboose was not the only thing smoldering, because I accidentally burnt my cupcakes and it set off the smoke alarm. Somebody said that it was that little squeaker that I had let go previously. That was what set off the smoke alarm, but that did not do it because it was pretty bad, but it was not bad enough to set off a smoke alarm. So anyway, the smoke alarm is going off. So I grabbed the stool, and I stood up on the stool, and I turned off the smoke alarm, but I fell off of the stool and landed right on top of my head. Fortunately, I was wearing my French baking hat, which was not quite so fortunate because it got squashed when I fell on top of it. And you have no idea how hard it is to cook without a French baking hat. So anyway, my hat was squashed, and then I went home and I realized that I had forgotten to turn off the shower and my bathroom floor was completely flooded. So I had to mop up the floor, which was actually a good thing because the floor was very dirty and it needed to get mopped. The bad thing was I do not have a mop, so I had to go to the mop store to get a mop. And on the way to the store, my car got a flat tire, and I did not know what to do because in France we don't have cars, we have, I actually don't know what we have in France because I was just a little squirt when we left France, and I don't remember how everybody got around. But, so I was sitting on the side of the road, and then this really nice gentleman stopped and he said, "Excuse me, sir, are you having some troubles down there?" And I said, "No, I just like sitting on the side of the road watching the cars go by as I freeze my little French tushy off." And he said, and he laughed, and I did not laugh because I didn't know whether he was laughing at what I said or whether he was laughing because I was sitting on the side of the road freezing off my French buttocks. And I was also, at this point, I was very mad and quite frustrated, and so I did not laugh. And then he says, "Do you have a donut?" And I looked at him and I said, "Why would I have a donut? I am from France. We do not eat donuts, we eat croissants." And so he says, "Well, that is a problem. If you do not have a donut, do you want me to call a tow truck?" And I said, "I do not know. How much was that cost?" And he said, "I don't know." And so I said, "I don't think so because I do not know how much it will cost. And if it costs a lot of money, I do not have a lot of money and I will not be able to pay him. Maybe I will have to take him out for a donut or something like that. I don't know." So then he said, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And I said, "Honestly, I just want you to leave because I'm getting really mad and frustrated right now and kind of embarrassed too." And so he said, "Well, I hope everything turns out well for you." It did not turn out well for me. I walked to the mop store and they only had one mop left. And coincidentally, it was the most expensive mop that they had. And I paid a lot of money for a mop when I should not have paid so much money for a mop. And so I bought the mop, and on the way back to my house, I stopped at Tim Hortons and I bought a donut. And that guy who told me to get a donut was a nut. because I put the donut on my car and all I got was jelly on the brakes and sprinkles in the wheel wells. And so I don't know what he was thinking, but then I got home, I mopped up the floor, and I was so tired, I just went to bed, just right there, I just went to bed. But I forgot that that my sheets were still wet, so I just hung them out on the line. I didn't even wash them, they just went straight to the lines. That's how scatterbrained I was. And then I went back an hour later to get the sheets, and somebody had stolen my sheets. But ho ho on them, because they did not know that I peed in them the night before. Ho 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 ho. And so then I had to go to bed, and I ended up in a sleeping bag, and now I am really tired today because I cannot sleep in a sleeping bag. And now I'm telling you about this, and I hope I don't have another day like that for a very long time. One time this fellow said to me, "How have you, Ron say?" And I said, "Oui, although I think I prefer strawberry."